the last topic in the chapter number 5, that is the cell structure and organization, is the cytoskeleton. So cytoskeleton are the, we can say, cytoplasmic skeleton of the whole cell, which gives the support, which give the strength, which give the particular structure to the whole cell. Okay, with the advancement in the light and electron microscopy, scientists revealed the presence of network of fibrils throughout the cytoplasm. So cytoskeleton is nothing but it is the network of fibrils, okay, in the cytoplasm. Because imagine that if only cytoplasm is there in the cell, then how can the cell having particular structure or just live in the same size shape? Okay, so the cell having particular shape or the different cell organelles are there in its original position, that is only because of this cytoskeleton. The cytoskeleton consists of microtubules, microfilaments, and intermediate filaments. Microtubules are made up of protein, that is the tubulin. Okay, name given microtubule because there is the presence of protein there within these microtubules, that is the tubulin. Tubulin protein is there in the microtubule, that's why it is called as the microtubules. Okay. What about the microfilaments? Microfilaments are made up of actin and actin filament. Okay. And the intermediate filaments are composed of fibrous protein. Okay, so the question is that which protein is present in the microtubule? The answer is the tubulin. Tubulin is present in the microtubule. Which protein is present in the microfilament? Answer is the actin protein is present in the microfilament. And which protein is there in the intermediate filament? Intermediate filament composed of fibrous protein. Okay, so these three proteins you have to just remember there. Cytoskeleton helps in maintenance of shape of the cell, then in the contraction of the cell, for the mobility of the cell and the cell organelle, then the change in the shape of the cell is again possible because of this cytoskeleton, and the cell division is again possible due to the cytoskeleton. Okay, so the cytoskeleton having the varied function like maintenance of the shape, then the contraction of the cell, mobility of cell and cell organelle. Mobility means movement of the cell and the cell organelles. Then the change in the shape and the cell division is only possible because of this cytoskeleton. Next to this is the cilia and flagella. Cilia and flagella are the fine hair-like membrane-bound protoplasmic outgrowths that occur on the free surface of the cell. Cilia and flagella actually they generate a current in fluid medium for passage of the material and the locomotion. Okay, cilia and flagella are helpful for the locomotion, for the movement, okay, of the cell. Cilia are the small in size and many in number. Cilia act as the oars causing movement of the cell. Then about the flagella are the longer as compared to the cilia. Okay, and as I told that cilia are many in number, but flagella are longer and the few in number. Flagella are present in the prokaryotic bacteria. Okay, whenever we are just going to see the structure of prokaryotic bacteria there, at that time we have explained that what is the length of cilia, what is the length of flagella, okay, and all. So flagella present in the prokaryotic bacteria are structurally different from that of eukaryotic flagella. Cilium or the flagellum consists of basal body. See here, it's about the structure of cilia. So, cilium or the flagellum consists of basal body, basal plate, and the shaft. This again I have explained earlier. Okay, whenever we are just saw all the detail. Okay, so here remember one thing, that cilia or the flagella consist of basal body present at the base, basal plate, and the shaft. Okay, that is movable. Shaft is the movable there. Basal body is placed in outer part of cytoplasm and it is derived from the centriole. And what is the structure of that? That it has the 9 peripheral triplets of the fibril. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, 9 peripheral triplets of fibrils are there. Okay, and the shaft is exposed part of the cilia or the flagella. Okay, it consists of 2 parts, sheath and axoneme. Okay, sheath is covering membrane of the cilium or the flagellum. Okay, apart from this, whenever we are just going to see the structure here, that structure of cilia, basically it consists of a structure that is 9 plus 2. See here, core called the axoneme. Core is called as the axoneme, processes 11 fibrils running parallel to long axis. It shows 9 peripheral, see, it shows 9 peripheral doublets and 2 single central fibrils. Okay, so called as the 9 plus 2 structure. Okay, the central tubule are enclosed by the central sheath. Okay, central sheath, inner sheath here is given. Central, these are the microtubules, central microtubules. Okay, and this sheath is connected to one of the tubules of the peripheral doublets. Okay, by the radial spoke. These are the radial spokes are there. These are again 9 spokes. Okay, so denoted by the green structure with the head and the stalk-like structure. Okay, so peripheral doublets are connected to each other through the linker or the interdoublet breaches. Okay, so here the structure again we are going to see that whenever we are just taking in consideration this doublet is consist of B tubule and the A tubule. Okay, and both these B tubule, A tubule are the doublet microtubule. Okay, which is present at the peripheral region. Okay, and central to singlet are there. They are again connected by to one another by a bridge like structure. Okay, again the centriole and the centrosome. Centrosome is usually found near the nucleus of the animal cell. It contains a pair of cylindrical structure called the centrioles. The cylinders are perpendicular to each other and are surrounded by amorphous substance called the pericentriolar material. Okay, see structure of centriole here. Okay, what I said, that centrosome is usually found near the nucleus of an animal cell. It contains a pair of cylindrical structures. Okay, that is called the centrioles. Okay, the cylinder are perpendicular to each other and are surrounded by the amorphous substance called the pericentriolar material. Okay. Each cylinder of the centriole is made up of 9 sets of triplets. See, these are the triplets. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Such a how many triplets are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 triplets are there. Each cylinder of the centriole is made up of 9 sets of triplet microtubule. Made up of which protein? Made up of the tubulin protein. Okay. Whenever we are talking about the microtubules, which protein is there? Definitely the tubulin protein is there. Evenly spaced triplets are connected to one another by means of non-tubulin protein. Okay, so such a linker proteins are again there. Okay, so at the proximal end of the centriole there is the set of tubules called the hub. Okay, at the proximal end of the centriole there is the set of tubule is present, that is called as the hub. The peripheral triplets are connected to the hub by means of this radial spokes. Okay, radial spokes are there. Okay, these radial spokes are connected to the hub. Okay, due to this, the proximal end of the centriole looks like a cartwheel. It's just like a cartwheel. Okay. The centrosome helps in assembly of spindle apparatus during cell division. It forms the basal body of cilia and flagella also. Okay. So what is the function of the centrosome? Centrosome function is to help in assembly of spindle apparatus during cell division, and it forms the basal body of cilia and flagella. Okay, so here in this diagram it is shown, seen the radial fiber or the spokes are there. These are the radial fibers. Then it's about the foot, it's about the linker, AC linker, and these are the microtubule triplets. Okay, so such a structure is there of centriole. Okay, so it's all about the end of the chapter number 5.